Hello everyone, welcome to another Blender tutorial. So today we're going to be building a world. When I say world, what I mean is pretty much just adding a sky and something extra than just a plain floor. We'll be adding a grass scene. Now, this grass will absolutely cane your PC. So just be prepared for that. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not much that can be done for that, but I'll we'll get through it. So I have an octane ready to go. What I'm going to do is, first of all, let's start with the sky. Actually, you know what? Let's start with a floor. So we'll get a plane, and just like last time, we'll line it up with our wheels. So something like that should be okay. And what we can do is extend this out. Oh, I just realised. Screencast on. There we go. So we're just going to extend this out. Now we don't want to extend this too far because of the grass. And we'll come back to that in a second. So the first thing we'll do is make a sky. So we've made the plane. The plane will be used for the grass later on. But we just need this to get a base so we can see what the sky looks like. So what you want to do is go to Edit, Preferences, come down to Add-ons, and in the search bar, you want to look for Sky. And you want Lighting, Dynamic Sky, and you want to check this. And then once you've checked it, just hit refresh, it should be on. So, once you've done that, if you press N, it brings up this side menu. You have somewhere create, and then you have dynamic sky. So click the drop down, click create, and then it says from the world properties or from the properties to world. So what you want to do is you want to come down to the world properties and then hit the drop down and select dynamic 1. So now you've got a whole list here. So if I go into rendered view, this is what it looks like. You've now got a sky. So if I was to change it back to world, this is what we had. Dynamic 1, this is what has been generated. You can give me my options back or not? There we go. So from here, horizon color. And then we have the sky color. Don't know what fucking planet we're living on. We have the clouds. The cloud opacity. And the cloud density. We also have the sun control, which is the soft and hardness of the sun, how it reacts on your scene, and also the value, which is the strength. So if I was to add a camera, just come back into here quickly, so this will be a bit easier. Just do this, this, this. What the fuck? Okay, that just looks really weird. Up, bring this in. And we want to do like that. Cool. So now if I go back to here, there's our our sky. So I'm just going to put that there like that. Something like that. Cool. So there's our sky. So what we're going to do is increase the value of the sun to, let's say, 1.5. Get a bit brighter. And let's have a play with this. So let's just drop it the opposite direction. No, I prefer it like this. Actually, let's drop it to about here. There we go. So this is our sky now sorted. So we've got light absolutely everywhere. We have no light source. From the last episode, we used some of these as an example. We also used a torus and had that as an emission. We no longer have that. This is purely driven, all lighting is purely driven from this sky and these two headlights here. So that's it. That's your sky now sorted. Now we come on to the grass. This is going to slow down a lot because it takes a lot of resources to actually generate and render. So what I found this wonderful plugin, which is free. You have to sign up with your email address, but it is free to use. And it works absolutely wonderful in cycles, which is what we're in now. This is Grasswald. You have a bunch of grass, a few for the free, but a lot for the paid version. There is a free and a paid version. If you use, or if you're going to use grass quite a bit, as in quite a lot of the time, I would suggest looking into their paid version. Only because their paid version gives you an option to cut out and only use the grass where it's needed in your scene. So it's not filling the whole plane. This will make sense in a bit. So you download the plugin from the website and you go to Edit, Preferences, and Grasswald. Click that, click Refresh, and you're done. So again, you press N, you select your plane or whatever surface you want to put the grass on. Press N and then come to Grasswald. Hit the plus. And as you can see, you've got these massive spikes. This is the grass. So create new settings, and here we go. And as you can see up in the top left here, if you keep an eye on this sample count, the more we do, the slower this will climb. So as you see, we've got a few freebies. So I'm going to go with the first option. And here we go. You can see it's so before we move on, if you get to the point where you need to stop showing the grass, because you've set it up how you wanted to, but you still need to make changes. If you select your object with the grass and click this icon here, it will stop showing the grass. So it will give you your CPU back, or your GPU, whatever. As you can see, it's a lot slower, it's a lot jerkier. But if I was to hide it, it's much smoother. So that's a good option. So if you get your grass set up to where you want it, but you still want to work on your scene, just hit that and you'll be fine. So, with that being said, size. Well, we want this to be a lot smaller. If I click off of it, there we go. Seed is just a random value, so let's go for something like that. And density, I want that maxed out. Oh, see, we're getting to that point. $100, there we go. You see now it's starting to slow down. So what I'm going to do, or attempt to do, now that we've got this set to 100, and I'm happy with the height, I'm going to hide that, and I'm going to reduce our plane size. That's on the wrong axis. I want to do it this way. And actually I will do it on this bit as well. So I'm going to hit refresh after we've just resized it. And I'm going to show. Okay, that's not too bad. So I'm going to hide that again. Select our plane, come into shading, give it a new material, and I'm going to make this black. I'm going to give it a little bit of a metallic look. Drop the roughness just a little bit. So basically any grass areas that wasn't covered, it will just be black now. It won't matter too much purely because of the angle of this camera. So I'm going to show again. As you can see, like down here, it was white before, now it's black, but it doesn't matter too much. And I'm going to come into viewport. As you can see, look, the sample count, very slow. Compared to if I turn this off, it actually jumps up very quickly. So here we have our scene, something a bit different rather than just a plain surface. We now have proper lighting along with some grass and an actual sky. So from here we can again add what we like, so we can make a logo. I should have some in another project, so I'm just gonna. So we've got the torrent logo. I've just decreased the length of the plane. I'm going to refresh the grass just to make sure it's all working properly. And now we're going to go back to shade import. And we're going to show the grass. And we're going to hide the menu. And what we'll do, we'll let this render. Before anyone asks, this titanium white octane, this is one I have. This is an octane I've fully customized. So if I come back into here, so if you go into my materials, what you see is this colored material. So I can now change this to whatever color I like. Grass is killing my PC, man. Holy shit! Right, let's. There we go. Yes. So I can make that whatever color I like. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but in rendered, what you'll see is the body is sort of like a matte black, whereas the decal is sort of reflective. I don't know if you can see it that well. That's also customized. In the next tutorial, we're going to be building on top of what we've made here, which is the grass and the sky. We're going to move on to texturing. I might do another tutorial after that for this sort of thing, if you would like. If you want, like, for example, a fully customizable octane where you can make decals separated into like metallic decal, a matte body, the painted areas, and all that jazz. So yeah, that'll probably be my fourth. It brought me on now. This is the third. Fourth, so that'll probably be the fifth and final video. If I can't figure out anything else that we can build on. Yes, that's been our tutorial for today. As you can see by this image, it is imperative that you check all your assets for the game. As you saw on the inside Blender, we had the Cristiano wheels shown, but yet they were disabled for rendering. So there's now a dirty great hole in the middle of the tires. Yes, as I mentioned, there'll be links to Grasswald and previous tutorials in the description below. The next video will be for texturing. So that'll be another quick episode. And also the video after that will be customizing cars, how to make them color changeable, how to make the decals separated from the body. And you can control their reflectiveness, their metallic, basically make them matte or shiny as you wish. But thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you later. Peace.